Invincible Season 4 isn't just another season of superhero TV, it's the season that could change everything we know about the genre. After 3 years of building Mark Grayson's story, fans are finally about to witness the moment they've been waiting for, the Viltrumite War. But here's the twist. Season 4 won't just be about battles in space. It's about betrayal, trauma, shocking reveals, and choices that could make or break Mark forever. If the writers and animators get this right, Invincible could cement itself as the greatest animated superhero series of all time. So what exactly do we need to see? Let's start with the war itself. The Viltrumite War is legendary in the comics. It isn't just a storyline, it's the backbone of everything Robert Kirkman was building toward. Imagine the stakes. The Viltrumites aren't just another alien empire. They are a warrior race designed for conquest with near-invincible strength and a ruthless belief in domination. When they bring war to Earth, it's not just humanity at stake. It's every alliance, every world, and every future that Mark Grayson hoped to protect. To make this arc work, Season 4 needs to show the scale of the war. We need massive space battles, we need Earth on the brink of collapse, and we need the kind of brutal sacrifices that remind viewers no character is ever truly safe. The war has to feel bigger than Mark, pushing him into the role of leader whether he's ready or not. But the war is only as terrifying as the man leading it. Thrag isn't just a villain, he's a force of nature. The Emperor of the Viltrumites, Thrag represents everything Mark fears about his father, multiplied by 10. He's calculating, merciless, and terrifyingly intelligent. When Thrag arrives, the entire tone of the show has to shift. This isn't Angstrom Levy playing mind games or Omni-Man testing Mark's loyalty. This is domination in its purest form. The mystery around who's voicing Thrag is part of the excitement. Fans are throwing out names from Clancy Brown to Ron Perlman, but whoever it is, that voice has to drip with menace. Thrag must command every scene, not just through strength, but with the confidence of someone who knows he can destroy entire civilizations without breaking a sweat. But even with Thrag on the table, Season 4 isn't a straight copy of the comics. It's also teasing brand new storylines. One of the smartest moves Invincible has made is expanding beyond the comics without losing its core. Season 3 gave us that strange post-credits demon tease, hinting at hell, the supernatural, and a possible Damien Darkblood return. That's something the comics barely touched. By leaning into it, Season 4 can keep even hardcore fans guessing. Imagine Mark, already stretched thin by a galactic war, suddenly having to face supernatural forces he doesn't even understand. That's the type of storytelling twist that keeps the show unpredictable. It also raises the stakes. If Invincible has to juggle cosmic battles and literal demons, the audience never gets to relax. Every episode could throw a curveball, but no matter how wild the plots get, the heart of the show still comes down to one character. Mark Grayson isn't just fighting aliens, he's fighting himself. The trauma of facing his father, the fear of losing control, the weight of leading people into battles they may not survive, it all comes crashing down in Season 4. And this conflict has to feel real. What separates Invincible from other superhero shows is that Mark doesn't always have the answers. Sometimes his choices make things worse. Sometimes his doubts nearly break him. And if the show leans into this inner turmoil, viewers will connect with him even more. The best superhero stories aren't about punching harder. They're about the human struggles beneath the mask. Season 4 has to show Mark questioning who he really is, his father's son, or something better. But Mark isn't the only major player getting the spotlight. Eve has quietly become the emotional anchor of Invincible, and Season 4 is the perfect time to push her deeper into the spotlight. Her powers are world-altering, her bond with Mark is crucial, and in the comics, she plays a massive role in stabilizing him during the war. If Prime Video ignores her growth, they'll miss a huge opportunity. We need to see Eve wrestling with her own doubts, her role in the Guardians, and how far she's willing to go to protect Mark. Their relationship will be tested like never before, and it's that human drama that could balance the violence of the Viltrumite War. Eve is more than a love interest. She's the key to Mark's survival, both emotionally and physically. But not every new character is on Mark's side. Matthew Rhys has been confirmed as Dinosaurus, and that alone is massive news. In the comics, Dinosaurus is one of the most morally complex characters in Invincible. He isn't evil in the traditional sense. He believes he's saving the world, even if his methods are extreme. That makes him unpredictable, dangerous, and fascinating. Adding him to Season 4 creates a perfect storm. Thrag's empire pressing from above, supernatural chaos bubbling from below, and dinosaurs testing Mark's beliefs from within. Suddenly, Mark is trapped between multiple enemies, and the lines between friend and foe blur. That's exactly the type of tension that keeps viewers glued to the screen. But all of this won't land unless the show looks better than ever. Let's be real, one of the biggest complaints about Invincible wasn't the story, it was the wait. Season 1 to Season 2 took forever, and fans aren't patient when it comes to shows they love. Season 4 promises something different. The animation is being improved, production is running faster, and the team has openly said they want smoother, more cinematic action. This is essential for the Viltrumite War. Imagine clunky or stiff visuals during Thrag's battles. It would kill the hype instantly. Instead, we need fluid animation that makes every fight brutal and unforgettable. Think broken planets, collapsing cities, and blood-soaked skies, all animated with detail that makes you pause the screen just to take it in. But visuals alone don't win wars. The real question is, what will Invincible do to shock us? Here's the truth. Invincible is at its best when it isn't afraid to hurt its characters. Remember Episode 8 of Season 1? That brutality shocked everyone, and it's part of why people couldn't stop talking about the show. Season 4 has to bring that same energy. We need major sacrifices. Characters we've grown to love might not make it out alive. The war has to have a body count, and it has to hurt. Not just for the shock value, but to remind us that this story has consequences. If Season 4 plays it too safe, it risks losing the edge that made Invincible special. And when the dust settles, the story can't just reset. It has to leave scars that shape the rest of the series. Invincible Season 4 has one mission. Go bigger, go bolder, and go darker than anything we've seen before. The Viltrumite War has to feel epic, with Thrag setting a new standard for animated villains. The original side plots must surprise us. Mark's inner conflict has to hit harder than any punch. Adam Eve has to shine. Dinosaurs has to challenge our ideas of good and evil. And the animation has to make every frame unforgettable. If all of this comes together, Invincible won't just deliver a good season, it'll create a cultural moment. A season fans talk about for years. A season that cements Invincible as the superhero show of this generation. So now I'll throw it to you. What's the one thing you think Invincible must include in Season 4? Drop your thoughts below, and make sure to like and subscribe because this war is just beginning.